I'm assuming you made it through 4 videos already, and thank you for staying with us, because you have made it to the Smackdown Rundown.
He literally just smacked.
You know the show, you know the hosts. Let's get into it.
I'm Kevin Hawk.
Really?
I didn't know that.
Oh, we're going to know this time? Last week he was a wizard. Floating microphone.
Yeah, I remember that.
Ooh, you shall not pass the
So-
Smackdown Rundown without watching it.
Yeah. So we opened up with Dean Ambrose coming out. He did win the right to name the stipulation for the match at SummerSlam between him and Seth Rollins.
Candlestick match.
Was not a candlestick match.
No.
It was a cage match?
No.
Sumo wrestling.
Yeah, I think.
No.
Coal miner's glove.
JBL's had on a pole match.
No, it wasn't that one. Oh, he had a list of them. What?
Good housekeeping match.
Yeah.
I can't.
No. Loser washes Triple H's car?
No,
Seth Rollins already does that.
Oh, that's right. Seth Rollins would come out and say, "You know what, Dean? Just get to the point. You know, you get to make the match. Just name the match."
It was the Wall of Flesh match.
The Wall of Flesh match.
The Cage of Humans.
AKA a lumberjack match. And we never thought we'd be excited for a lumberjack match.
Yeah, lumberjack matches are generally not that entertaining.
But Dean Ambrose knows how to make a lumberjack match sound exciting.
They're generally not entertaining because they're generally just, well, let's have a lumberjack match tonight. Here you go.
Yeah,
some lumberjacks.
Yeah, it's never.
There have been good lumberjack matches. It's when all the lumberjacks have a vested interest. And as Dean Ambrose pointed out, they will have a vested interest this time because
as a unit, the Shield made a lot of enemies. So every single person around that ring is going to want to keep Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins in the ring to tear each other apart because they don't like Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins.
Yeah, that's what I like about this. Normally you have, when you do the typical lumberjack match, you have the face team on this side and the heel team on this side, and if they go out on their own side, then they're fine. If they go on the other side, that's a big no-no.
You sound like your mother.
But this time, all the lumberjacks are just going to hate the guys in the ring.
Yeah, I still feel like there's going to be a face and a heel side, but there's definitely going to be less favoritism.
Yeah.
There's going to be guys who are like, you know what? I remember when Dean Ambrose punched me in the face, and so now I'm going to punch him in the face, and then I'm going to toss him back in the ring so Seth Rollins can punch him in the face.
I'm going to call bullshit if The Rock and Undertaker aren't lumberjacks.
Yeah.
CM Punk, too.
Yeah, and all 3 members of 3MB have to be there.
Yeah.
This was a really good promo, though. Definitely setting up for it. But so Rollins tells Ambrose that, you may have, you had your chance to name, the match for SummerSlam, but Triple H gave me the option to name your opponent tonight. And so tonight you'll be facing Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Now, this is, the 3rd time we've seen Ambrose Orton?
Yeah.
But I liked the setup for this one.
Yeah,
it wasn't a rematch from a rematch.
Right.
It was simply... It was touting what Randy Orton was capable of after destroying Roman Reigns. And it was Rollins using the Authority's power, because obviously Triple H and Stephanie weren't there. But he was using the ability to screw over Ambrose even though the Authority figures weren't there.
Right.
So, good setup for...
It's one of those where we've seen it a few times, so I wasn't that amped about it. But I know what they can do, so I didn't mind it. I was looking forward to it.
I'm not a fan of video recap packages. Hands down. The way Rollins introduced Orton as his opponent was with a video recap package. However, to break my normal rule, this video recap package of watching Orton beat the crap out of Roman Reigns kind of made me excited to see him go against Dean Ambrose.
So,
yeah, because he set it up like, you're going to go against someone so cold that they were capable of doing this. And
so this match broke 2 of our 3 standards.
Holy
no
shit.
rematches, no video package. This had both of those.
Man, can you imagine if this match actually ended?
Whew.
Yeah. Oh, man.
What if it ended in a disqualification, but we agreed with it?
That would be cool.
That would have, like, break all the rules. No, but I mean, to me, the video package said, hey, Dean Ambrose, I'm going to put you in a match against a guy who's probably deep down on the inside just as crazy as you are.
Oh, yeah. And in a whole different light. So, up next, we'd have the
Dean Ambrose
return.
would burn in his light.
But
Up
he
next-
would not take what's his.
Up next,
Up next, we have the return of the Big Show, teaming with Mark Henry to take on the unfortunate team of Ryback.
this match was fun to watch.
That's because we don't like Ryback.
I love Curtis Axel to go behind and then crawl through Mark Henry's legs, and he gets up and he does the woo laugh.
Yeah, he gets all cocky, and then as soon as Mark Henry starts batting him around, he gets all offended, backs to the corner, and tags in Ryback.
And Big Show goes, oh, look at that! Woo!
Yeah.
Making fun
No,
of
that was when Mark Henry was slapping Curtis Axel around. Big Show was just like, yeah!
Oh, look at that! Oh!
Big Show was into it. Big Show was a fan of this match.
Broke it, bro. It's too far gone. We can't save it.
It'll be back next week, bigger.
But
stronger,
yeah, it was...
uncut.
In an upset victory, Big Show and Mark Henry win.
Yeah.
Against the much more established tag team of Ryback, who've been around for way longer.
Right.
Yeah. This was I don't understand the idea of teaming up Mark Henry and the Big Show.
I do. They're giant. It's fun.
Yeah, it was great because it's the one chance you can see that Ryback is going to lose in a squash match.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
okay,
the
fair
only
enough.
the only motivating factor is, hey, let's give them a fun match. Let's give the crowd something to enjoy. That's it. There doesn't need to be a storyline for this particular match. And there wasn't. It's just, let's team up Big Show and Mark Henry. Two of our biggest, strongest guys. Let's let the fans see them throw around some heels that they hate.
Yeah.
And I like it because it was the returning Big Show teaming with Mark Henry, who had just returned previously on Monday Night Raw.
Another
Did.
good reason to put them.
This was Return to the Land of the Giants. So up next, we had a little run-in between Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins.
Roman?
Run-in.
Oh.
They ran into each other.
That's a bad guy from Guardians of the Galaxy.
No. Great movie, by the way.
Samurai.
Check it out.
The stable
So
between Chuck Taylor and Johnny Gargano.
we had Dolph Ziggler back there watching. I believe they were watching Heath Slater beat
Yes.
Seth
Yeah.
Rollins. He's back there with Adam
They did
Rose and the Rosebuds.
and Eva Marie.
Eve Marie
and
was
Rosa
back there.
Mendez.
Yeah, it was just a bunch of people watching
You know,
Heath Slater beat.
Probably Hornswoggle, but he was
It was
he gives that
a-
frame.
too short.
It was a celebration party for Heath Slater.
Yeah.
Probably. There was a surprise party. Heath Slater hadn't gotten there yet.
Yeah. I didn't realize what video they were watching at first. I wasn't sure what the segment was going to be. I thought it was just a random Adam Rose type segment. So when Seth Rollins came up and started talking shit to Dolph Ziggler, it confused me.
Yeah, it took me. I was like, okay, why would of all places, Rollins just has to walk through the group of people, and then all of a sudden there's beef between him and Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dolph would have some things to say to Rollins.
Which were funny.
Yeah. Rollins goes, who's the one who has a
Terrible
Bad-
hair.
terrible hair, and whose face needs to be smashed in by a curb stomp, and Ziggler would go, well, I would say you, but it looks like someone already beat me to the face smashing. So Rollins would use his apparent authority, saying that, Triple H let me decide who Dean Ambrose would face tonight, so I don't think he'd mind if I picked an opponent for you.
For me, he said, I picked my opponent.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, I picked Ambrose's
Oh.
opponent so I could pick my opponent.
Oh. And he'd pick Ziggler.
Yeah.
So
Ziggler versus Ziggler.
Yeah.
That's your story.
Ziggler versus Nikki.
It would have been great if he was telling Dolph Ziggler, he's like, Well, I picked Dean Ambrose's opponent so I could pick my opponent, and then pick someone completely random.
And I picked Jeff Hardy.
I'm going to face Captain Comic. Who's going to face one of the Rosebuds.
Wrestle JBL's hat.
We would go to a commercial. We'd come back and
the briefcase.
we'd go to a commercial. We'd come back and Sin Cara would be in the ring, awaiting his opponent. He would get Border Patrol.
The Border Patrol.
Oh my god. This was about as racist as they could have gotten.
Yeah.
In the PG era.
Without a Zeb Coulter.
Without a Zeb Coulter promo. Damien Sandow dressed up as Border Patrol.
As a Duke the Dumpster Drosy cosplay.
Saying that Sin Cara was a masked illegal immigrant.
One day, someone's gonna call Sin Cara an illegal immigrant. He's gonna take his mask off and show him his ID, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, never mind," and that's gonna be the end of it.
And he'll never be called an illegal immigrant ever again.
Yeah.
One day, Sin Cara is going to take his mask off and not have a face.
No, he stole Hunico's face. Sin Cara is the face stealer. It's not what it means, but that's
some
what
Buffalo Bill shit right there.
Hunikara is what I call him.
But Sin Cara would defeat Damien Sandow.
They beat the Border Patrol.
The Sandow Border Patrol.
The Border Patrol.
That was the thing that happened. It was an okay match.
Yeah.
Wasn't anything special, and didn't really do anything other than further the fact that Sandow still doesn't have a storyline.
Yeah, it was kind of weird to see Sin Cara, like, because of what's happening on NXT with him and Kalisto, it was kind of weird to see this be a thing.
Yeah, well, and that goes back to my whole thing about NXT, is that NXT has filmed so many episodes,
Yeah.
and Raw and SmackDown are current.
Right.
And so seeing people that are part of something over here, and then all of a sudden being here, but acting different, and like why it just it was very.
You have to have that
weird.
suspension of belief that both of these things are not in the same conjunctive universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
NXT storylines do not coincide with what's going on in WWE.
Well,
vice versa.
We
Yeah.
could I'm gonna comic book this. It's the same universe, but like Avengers storylines don't affect what's happening in Captain America's book.
There you go.
So up next we had Ziggler versus Rollins. Really fast paced, great match. We knew it was going to be.
Nobody was at ringside.
We didn't have Ambrose out there. We didn't have, the Rosebuds coming out and distracting Fandango, who's not in the match. Didn't have anybody out there.
You know, the Rosebuds may have been distracting Fandango while this match was taking place.
Maybe Fandango was supposed to interfere.
No, he was trying to watch the match, and the Rosebuds were partying.
just kept just a circle around him in front of the monitor.
It was a really good match.
It was a really good match. Honestly, I feel like it was just done to put over Rollins.
Yeah.
It didn't do anything for Ziggler in any way, shape, or form, which is kind of weird because he's supposed to be setting up. What are you doing?
He's not doing anything.
He's supposed to be setting up for his Intercontinental title match against The Miz. It's a great match for Rollins and Ziggler, setting up Rollins looking strong going to SummerSlam. Up next, we had a really short match between Paige and Natalya. Paige would defeat Natalya with the Scorpion Crosslock, the PTO.
I was kind of disappointed at how short that match
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
Natalya was in the ring, and we're like, oh, Natalya's out there. This is going to be awesome. She's getting TV time. Paige's music hit, and I'm like, oh my god, this is going to be a good match. And then they made it one of those short matches.
Yeah. It was, again, this is going to be a slow week because we're building towards SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I
predict next week's SmackDown is going to be terrible.
Yeah, probably. Paige gets a win, looking strong going into SummerSlam, and she's gunning straight for that Divas title.
And no AJ promo or anything to add to this match.
We were wondering why a lot of people weren't there. They are doing the Australia tour right now, so there are.
But wasn't AJ on main event, which was taped prior to SmackDown.
Yeah, this is true. AJ was there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Figure that one out. Why was Ambrose not on the Australian tour? Because that's like right next to where he's from, South Africa.
I wasn't Emma on the Australian tour.
She was. She was. She actually debuted new attire that was based off of the Australian flag at the show.
And that's why I said it.
What?
That's why I said, why wasn't she? Oh, wait, maybe she was. That was my whole thing. It was a dumb joke that I was going further to.
And I ruined it.
Yeah.
I ruined your terrible joke.
Yep.
Moving on, we had our main event between Dean Ambrose and Randy Orton. Another
So good.
so good,
I enjoyed it a lot.
very
Yes.
physical. Randy Orton got to show his crazy side. Dean Ambrose got to show his side.
I like that Randy Orton pinballed him between the steps.
Oh
Yeah.
God! I seriously, I thought that was going to be the end. I thought they were going to get a double count out. Just Randy Orton constantly just slamming him into the stairs. He attacked the injury a lot. Had the bandage completely ripped off the shoulder.
Is that injury ever going to go away?
No,
Not at this rate.
No, because Dean Ambrose is fucking nuts.
Dean Ambrose is going to end up without a shoulder.
Yeah.
It's just going to be him and a floating arm next to him.
So we've got a rematch, and there's one thing this match could have done. Just end.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
It just
Submission, tap out, count out.
just had to end. And it did.
Once it is.
Seth Rollins pulled Dean Ambrose out of the ring and punched him in the face.
Yeah. No.
Causing a...
Just
I would have even been happy if the ref got knocked down and Seth Rollins attacked Dean Ambrose and then Orton got the pin.
yeah, why aren't there more ref bumps in this?
Ref bumps aren't PG?
Because
Peaches.
you have
Peaches.
to make both
Passive.
wrestlers look strong so no one can lose cleanly. That's bullshit.
Yeah, this thing's starting to really irritate me. It was irritating me before.
On the bright side, this is only the second disqualification of the week. So they are down. So that means next week there's probably going to be like 7 disqualifications all week long.
They're saving all the disqualifications for SummerSlam.
Don't say that shit. We said that for Battleground, and we were lucky that it didn't happen.
Yeah,
saving
sure.
all the disqualifications for WrestleMania.
Every match at WrestleMania is going to end in a disqualification. That would suck. Because we're supposedly going to that WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, we're trying. But that's it for the Smackdown Rundown.
Should we be running the other way?
Yeah, post down in the comments what you think about the whole, the authority disqualification thing that keeps happening. What you think about the matches coming up to SummerSlam. What you think about the announcement of the Lumberjack match between Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose.
How do you feel about Alberto Del Rio being fired?
Yes, yeah, no Del Rio on SmackDown because he is gone. But yeah, once again, we want to thank you guys for watching the Wrestling Rundown. This is week 8. You can go back and check out all of our videos. You can follow all of us on Twitter. We got Thomas Wolf FTW. We got @TravisColtWR, and we got @ManOfSauce. You can check me out on Facebook. Still working on a Wrestling Rundown Facebook page. We'll let you know when that is up and running. But again, thank you for watching. Like, favorite, subscribe, share, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks.